So the two of you have come into town. You are keeping a pretty low profile as you literally just got in. Kind of wanted to drink, kind of just wanted to relax for just a minute before you continue on. Your moke, Alan Hayes, a bit of a ruffian that's been going from place to place, basically pillaging places, shooting sheriffs, kidnapping people. He's one of the worst ones that you've been assigned, or picked up the bounty for. It's, both quite a bit, and while he is a dangerous person, if this pays out, you're basically set. You sit in the local... You sit in the saloon. Two women, entertainers. One of the dancers, up on what looks to be a stagecoach setup. It's kind of impressive that they got this in here, but like they just brought it in piece by piece. The other, on a piano, kind of doing a few different twirls and spins as she plays. They're actually doing pretty amazingly. The atmosphere of the place is a little lively. Well, at the table next to you, there's a few people gossiping, talking about the trail off ahead. Something about some ruffians on it. A table away, there is just a man sitting alone. And then, two people playing various games. Since you've come in, which has been about 10 minutes ago, they've gone through 3 different ones. The woman wins time after time, very easily. It's honestly fairly amazing. The bartender hasn't seemed to notice that you're there yet, even though you've been here for some time. He's kind of just cleaning glasses, taking stock. He's kind of squinting a lot, probably a bit of a blind fellow.
Well, Ranger takes his 2/3 bottle of whiskey out of his coat because why wouldn't he be carrying it with him? And starts pouring himself a glass. He hasn't been noticed. He's thirsty.
Pour yourself a glass. Enjoy it. It's pretty decent quality. You think to yourself, as probably your partner knows that it is one of the lowest qualities of alcohol possible.
It's also the cheapest.
So you really have a struggle with money?
Yeah. Oh, no, not really. I mean, I'm making enough to get by, but why pay for the expensive stuff when the cheap stuff does it for you?
I guess.
Look, you want a drink or not?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you brought me here, so...
That's because we're looking for Alan Hayes.
Yeah, I know. Somehow.
Look, I said I wouldn't turn you in if you help me bring in other bounties. Sound like a good deal to me. You get a cut of the pay, if you don't get turned in, everything's good for both of us.
I'm still not over it that you found me.
Wasn't that difficult. I think it's the hat.
Flashback to Ranger finding her camping out on a very large rock trying to shoot out just a passerby on a wagon that was carrying various goods. While completely invisible to the target from that particular angle, from literally every other angle, she is extremely obvious. It was not hard to get her.
Bounty on you isn't too high anyway, mostly because people don't really seem to believe that you robbed anyone.
I mean... I... kinda do not really.
Of course.
More liberating stuff.
Of course, that's what they all say.
I mean, you kill people for your life.
but
I just
liberating
take
them.
something from them.
and I'm liberating them of their earthly problems.
So we kinda are on the same level, aren't we?
Except I do it within the confines of this country's law.
A very
Which is
distant,
kinda weird.
Fair enough.
a very distant gunshot can be heard, maybe a half-mile off. Nothing close at all.
Either somebody's hunting too close to town, and we should probably take a look at that.
Can I use my scouting to figure out where it's the directions, kinda?
Yeah, by the way, just running through it real quick. Ranger, can you go over the colors of your abilities, and then...
Yeah. So, red, like blood, is gunslinging, clearly. Yellow is surviving, that's generally, wilderness survival and that sort of thing. And then blue, because I needed to end with an ion, is cowboying, which is like horse riding and general frontiersman stuff and knowing how the laws work and all that.
And now, Serena.
Red is bullseye, obviously. Like, she could pretty much hit anything. Scout, yeah, for like stealthy stuff, and yellow is negotiation to liberate stuff.
Alright.
Negotiation, you say?
It's a flexible term.
I think this is a fancy word for threatening.
Listening, this area is surrounded by a lot of rocks. It's in a bit of a valley carved up by an old river. Long dried up, but there's a bit of an echo. You can kinda tell that it was coming from the east. But that's not really what catches your attention, as that's just kind of a pass that's on the other side of town. What does catch your attention is the huffing and puffing and the sluggish steps of a man rushing towards the building.
Oh, now it's getting interesting. Kind of sitting straight up, looking at the door.
Oh, we got company.
Maybe.
Alright then.
A man rushes into the building. He is clutching his chest, a gunshot wound. Both of you can tell it's non-fatal, but he's gonna have a rough next few months. He's trying to catch his breath, trying to say something along the lines of
Alright.
I think he needs your help.
Yeah. Ranger's going to go up and just like try and use this man's clothing to patch the bleeding and put pressure on it and all that.
So, you patch him up fairly well, and he takes a second, gets his breath caught up.
You'll live.
Thanks. I was going with my daughter to the train station and, well, someone shot me and grabbed her and ran off. I need some help.
At the shot we heard about half a mile east of here?
Yeah, likely. Didn't hear any other shots, but...
Alright then. Quick question then. Does Ranger even have his gun?
No.
As he reaches down to his side to check it.
You have lost your gun.
Well, not again.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have taken mine.
Well, I couldn't just have you walking behind me with a gun to my back, now could I? Come on, we gotta go take a look at this either way. Did you get a good look at the guy?
Oh, he was definitely an Englishman. Smoking something that smells a little weird, top hat, fairly nice suit.
So not your usual kind of shoot and run.
Well, if that's what you would call... I don't think a shoot and run's anything usual, but...
Well, normally they wear on a face mask, have a low hat, and a long coat. Not usually in nice clothes.
Hey,
Usually, Serana.
Just saying.
Look,
All right.
I would go to the sheriff, but, he doesn't really do much these days. Yeah, please, can you lot get my daughter back? You look like,
Yeah, look. Ranger just like pushes the bottle of whiskey into the guy's hands. Just take a seat. I'll see what I can do.
He takes a seat, chugs a good bit of the bottle, and then just kind of slowly goes out the rest of it.
Come on then, Serana.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be a lead.